Good morning, ghouls and ghosties, and welcome to Haunt Hunt number 3. So it is currently about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I just woke up a little while ago, and of course, hopped right on to Bath & Body Works app right when I woke up. So I didn't set an alarm for this or anything, because I obviously didn't assume that this would be anything like the Home Depot Orange Thursday or anything, and sure enough, it wasn't. So I actually did get everything that I wanted from the Bath & Body website, I believe. I don't know, honestly, if they released every single thing that they're going to have this year on the website, and there are some things that I'd rather see in person and stuff, but there wasn't like a ton from Bath & Body that I want this year. And I also didn't buy any candles or anything yet, because I'm just going to wait till there's a better sale in the store. Obviously, the candles don't usually sell out, but the like decor pieces and wallflower holders and all that, those do sell out. So I snatched the ones I wanted of those. But I don't really think I want to show you what I got yet, because I think I'm going to save those for the Halloween. And so I guess I want to tell you guys that yes, I did do the Bath & Body preview. It was just shopping online. That's all it was. So I couldn't really take you guys anywhere, but I just want to let you know that that's what it was, and it happened, and I did get my stuff. Welcome to Haunt Hunt number 3, by the way. I'm so excited to be starting Haunt Hunt number 3. Today, I'm not exactly sure what stops I have planned. I kind of want to go back to the HomeGoods that we had the huge booming success at last time, where we had like the biggest HomeGoods code orange yet. I'm probably going to be eating lunch in that area with my grandparents and my mom, so I'm thinking I might stop there just to see if there's anything new. But otherwise, I don't really know where I'm going. I might check at home again, just because yesterday I think they got truck in, though I went yesterday. There were a couple new things. I did pick up a piece yesterday that I had been looking for. If you did see Haunt Hunt number 2 and you watched till the end, I'm sure you can guess what I picked up, but it was not the crow, of course. Actually, super freaking huge bummer. The crow listing on the Bath & Body website doesn't even exist anymore, which just perpetuates the thought that I had that I feel like the company sold out of them early. Like at home, shipped out all the ones they had for those first like 2 weeks of them putting out stuff, and everyone that got them bought them up, and they just don't even have any left. So some stores like mine that are slower and later just don't even get them, which is such a freaking bummer. And I hope I'm wrong, and I hope they get more in. The only positive, the only me trying to find like a positive in this crowless situation, the only positive would be buying 2 crows would be quite expensive. Even buying one of them, they're quite expensive. And obviously, I went a little crazy on Home Depot's website. So saving money by not getting the crow lanterns would justify the fact that I spent probably too much at Home Depot. I would still buy them if I saw them. We'll see. I'm just like slowly over time losing more and more hope about that. We'll see. We're going to keep checking, because obviously they also don't have their full aisle ready or out or anything. They're just starting to kind of organize it, and it's just starting to get really fun to actually shop at home. It's not just that one aisle with everything crammed in. Like it's looking like real displays, real collections, and so I'm actually liking going to at home versus feeling like I'm going in and seeing the same stuff every time. Pardon the bedhead. I'm sorry that I look not great. As I feel like every time I take a clip, I need to go to the gym now, and then my day begins, and today is kind of a not huge work day, which is really nice, except it's actually Friday, so I need to finish editing last week's Haunt Hunt and get that posted. I have to do some voiceover. I'm actually almost done with it, so probably should have done that this morning, but I was busy shopping Bath & Body, so I didn't. I just said Bath & Body and I nailed it on the first try. If you remember last year, I have such a hard time. I'm always like bath and bed and bed and bath, and is there a Beyond in there? I like always mix it up with Bed Bath & Beyond, but I nailed it. I'm pretty proud of myself. So that's a Halloween. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the gym. I will check in with you guys when I stop somewhere for Halloween. I think HomeGoods is the like only guaranteed place. Otherwise, we'll see. Bye. Super quick ghouls and ghosties before we jump into actual haunt hunting. This next week on July, what is it, like 29th or something, to cap off the end of July, we are actually going to do a Halloween of everything I've been picking up so far. So I have a lot of really good stuff that I've been grabbing, and I am ready to show you guys some of that stuff. So next week, next Friday is going to be a Halloween. So if future Jack or past Jack at any point tells you like, oh, for next week's haunt hunt, ignore that. We're gonna have a haunt hunt number 4 on the next week. So August 4th or 5th or whatever it's gonna be. But next week is going to be Halloween number 1. I'm so freaking excited. I've always over the past couple years filmed haunt hunts on the deck, but I might need to find a new place because I obviously live in my own house now. But I have so much good stuff to show you guys. I am so excited. You guys don't know everything I've been grabbing. I usually don't show everything. I'm gonna show my animatronics from Home Depot that came in. I'm pumped. So get excited for that, and now let's hop into haunt hunt number 3. Alrighty, so like I said this morning, we are stopping by HomeGoods after lunch. I am with my mom, Debbie.
It's time to take another peek.
Yes. We're not stopping at home, and I'm not gonna say why yet, but there is a reason that I'm not stopping there today.
I will not stop there.
Yeah, because Debbie puts her foot down. She's like, you've been there enough. This is the HomeGoods that we've had the best look at so far this year, so I'm pretty excited. The same areas of Halloween decor were still up with a lot of the same things that we had seen last time we came in. There definitely were a few missing pieces that must have sold, but otherwise the same spots had a lot of the same things. There were a few new things, like this witch made of wood. It almost looks like the bedpost to a bed. And these wooden pumpkins. They also had a new card coming out with these hourglasses on them. I got kind of nervous to touch them because I feel like they could break kind of easy. They also had some nutcrackers of an owl, I think, a mummy owl. The cart also had these little Jack Skellington planters along with more cat nutcrackers. They also had the same kitchen end stand that had a couple new things like these skull jars and this giant hand bowl. I was so freaking excited to find these dishcloths. I have been looking everywhere for these. I saw these in posts. Not this print exactly, but this print. I'm obsessed with this print. I really like the other one too, so I actually got a set of both. But I have been looking for this, and I was really excited. I didn't think I was gonna buy anything so far, but seeing this, I was like, well, we're gonna. They had a lot of table runners that I hadn't seen yet, like this beaded embroidered skeleton one, along with these trick-or-treaters, and I believe they light up as well. I think I liked this one the most. I just really like the variety of jack-o'-lantern faces on this one. I also spotted some Joanna Parker placemats. Those are obviously a total grab for me. They had a few new placemats I hadn't seen, but none as good as the Joanna Parkers. Back in the blankets, they had quite a few I hadn't seen yet, including this skull black and white split one. This also might be an item that I have been hunting for. I was quite excited to spot this one. This skull one is really soft. I really like that one as well. This one was really cool too. It was kind of a Ouija look, but it had skulls and bats on it. It wasn't as soft though. And that's always my issue with these Rachel Zoe ones too, is they're just not soft. I thought this one was really cool too. I love the silhouette of the witch to this one. The pillow section also had some new ones, including this skull pillow. My lovely assistant helped me show you guys that they had this pink skull one as well. They had this spiderweb one that had a bedazzled, jeweled, embellished spider to it. And then they had this set that I assume is maybe the face of a jack-o'-lantern, a ghost, and something else. Maybe it says Boo? I don't really know because you couldn't see the graphics on the others. On another cart that they were bringing out, they had some more dog toys. I like that this cat was called Dolly Parton. They also had some fake kind of booze bottles and coffee drinks. They were bringing out a few other large pieces like this broom hanging stick and this skeleton who had a cauldron that lights up in his lab. I thought it was really cool how he had the witch outfit on as well. There were a few more dog toys that they were just about to put out as well, like this spider and this skull who has a rope attached to him. They had a few jack-o'-lantern pieces and a witch piece too. These were kind of almost looking like baby toys, but I assure you, they were dog toys. At the front, they had made a Halloween stand that had some pieces I hadn't seen before, like this metal skeleton, these more Day of the Dead skeletons, and some palmistry hands. They had a number of different skulls as well, including a unicorn skull, which I thought was kind of interesting. In the checkout lane, they had some stands with other pieces like the yoga skeletons, some soap or sponge holders, some light-up ghosts, and a few other metal pieces. Hello, ghouls and ghosties.
Hi.
Good morning. So it is what day? I just
The
forgot.
15th.
It's the 15th of July today. And we are just quickly in the morning stopping at the local HomeGoods once again. And though it is by the Marshalls, I don't think we're going into Marshalls. We just need to go to Target as per usual. So we got our coffee and we're gonna go into HomeGoods and I'm gonna show you guys if I see anything new.
Yeah.
You know the drill. In our HomeGoods, I noticed right away that they had added a couple new end stands and sections. This was an end stand kind of by the checkout, and I found this cute little Joanna Parker looking figure that I just couldn't pass up. He was so cute. I love his little side eye. They also had some napkins, some of the little cardboard books, and a lot of skulls. I feel like a lot of the HomeGoods are putting the skulls at the checkouts. This is what I feel like this year's gnome is. These weird little creepy almost dropped him. These weird little creepy looking people-faced pumpkins. I am not a fan, and I don't like them. I don't think that I had seen the skull and crossbone pumpkin before, but like I said last year, skull and crossbone is not my moment. I hadn't seen these witch feet either. Great for a plant or a planter. And I'm so happy I found the Halloween shiny, bright Christopher Radko ornaments. I've seen those on some people's posts, and I've been hoping I would run into them, so I was very happy to. They had some cutesy little ghost people and skeletons and jack-o'-lantern heads on the top. They had a few more placemats. These were the Tahari embellished ones. I do really like these, and I don't know about using them as placemats. I like them as a center kind of charger situation. To me, beads being a placemat, you'd get food caught in them, and they're also just too nice to be placemats. So just put them in the center of a table, put something on top of them. I think that'd be cute. A couple more table runners that I don't think I have seen yet. My local HomeGoods had also gotten in the dishcloths that I was really hoping to find, along with some more by that same brand. Whatever brand this is really hitting it out of the park. Goblin and Ghoul. I love all of these prints they're making. You get a pack of 3 and they're such nice quality. It's so hard for me to not just buy a ton of them. There was a new cart coming out with a couple things on top that I could see, some skulls on books, some of the freaking people face, grandpa face, grumpy face pumpkins that, like I said, are my version of the gnomes this year. They had some new dog toys coming out that weren't really unpacked yet, so I couldn't see them. Ryan kept tilting that freaking face at me. They had this table runner that is all kind of cloth and fleece. Once again, doesn't seem the best for food. They also had some witch hands holding some crystal balls that lit up. Unfortunately, you couldn't test them though. Good morning, ghouls and ghosties, and welcome to the 16th of July. So it is currently a Sunday today, and I bet you guys could never guess where I am. Take a guess. Everyone think of something. You got it in your gourd? HomeGoods! Woo! I can't believe it. So yeah, I'm at my local HomeGoods again, and I actually am gonna go into Marshall's this time too. Skelly wishes he could come in. I can just tell by the look on his face, but unfortunately, they don't let pets or skeletons. So that's too bad. But we had a mini. Here, cue the like alarm. We had a mini code orange this morning, and it was kind of a disappointing code orange, so make that like siren kind of go wah at the end or something. So for some reason, Target posted their hide and eek stuff this morning on the website. I told you guys in the shopping guide for the year that usually Target does it on the 17th, so we're just one day early. It's not that crazy early or anything, but I was looking through everything this morning, all pumped, all excited, hoping to find a bunch of stuff, and there was not much that I was interested in, I will say, which has never happened between Target and I. We do not have that kind of relationship. It's not toxic in any way. It's usually a we benefit each other type relationship. They give me the good Halloween stuff, I give them money. We have a good functioning relationship, but I don't know. There were like maybe 3 things that kind of caught my attention, but they don't give me the vibe of things that I'm gonna have a hard time finding in the store this year, so I didn't order anything. The thing is, I will say, is Hide and Eek is the only stuff that they put online early like this, and Hide and Eek is their usual Halloween collection. It's the stuff in the back. It's where they have like blow molds, decor, classic type stuff, treat buckets, whatever. Threshold is the stuff they put up at the front, and that's the more adult, mature kitchen, bar, adult throw pillow looking stuff. That is usually what I gravitate towards the most anyways, though there's usually stuff in Hide and Eek that I still definitely like. I still have a lot of hope in Target with the Threshold stuff for sure. And also, you never know, that might not have been everything that they had, but just from what I've seen, it's a little disappointing. And I was gonna like maybe scroll through it with you guys or something, but I don't know. It's kind of disappointing. I don't really want to go through it because it's a lot of repeats. Like the neon signs, I think there's like 1 or 2 new ones. One of them's okay. One of them I'm not a fan of at all. It's a little childish looking. But the rest of the neon signs are repeats. I still love the waving skeleton one. So obviously if I didn't have that, totally different story. I'd be obsessed and I'd be trying to get one. But I might have 2 of those. Just thought I'd let you guys know in case you didn't know by now, though I'm sure by the time you're seeing this, which would be the 22nd, 23rd, something. It's like the early 20s of July. I'm sure that you all know at this point. But for me, right now on the 16th, it happened this morning, and I'm just gonna say it's a little disappointing. Let me know what you guys think about the Target stuff if you saw it. Were you disappointed? I saw a lot of comments saying they were. Anyways, enough babbling. Let's go. Let's get some positive Halloween vibes going, and let's go into HomeGoods. Let's hope for a Halloween. There is something I got in my mind that I really want from HomeGoods, and each store is gonna get one at the most. Isn't that like me? That's how everything works here. I always want something that's like super rare, but I mean, I guess that makes sense. I think actually I'm gonna go to Marshall's first, then I'm gonna go to HomeGoods. So let's go to Marshall's, then HomeGoods. Making my way into Marshall's. I didn't see anything right away, of course, but I did see some stuff before I got to the very back of the store. There actually was some Halloween beauty items starting to be put out, which is a great sign. Looking for some pumpkin smelling soap or something. They also had these zombie popsicle shapes. I don't honestly even know if these are supposed to be Halloween, because there's also dinosaurs. They did have a few pieces of Halloween. They still had the Hear No Evil, See No Evil, Speak No Evil skeletons, along with some new tumblers, a Hocus Pocus one, a floral skull one, and my favorite, the black and white skull one. It's really cute. And I love me a good coffee mug, tumbler, any of that spooky stuff. They did have some melamine ghost dishes as well, but they had no faces or anything. Not a big fan. In the pillows, they had some of the witchy ones still. This was a new one I haven't seen yet this year. It's kind of a science witch-ish one. Then we headed next door to HomeGoods, and of course we were just here yesterday, so I wasn't expecting a ton. They had this new ghost canister. They had a couple of the dog toys that I think were in bags yesterday put out. They had a giant metal spider piece. I don't know if this is for tabletop or for hanging on the wall or something, but either place would be quite cool. It's quite huge. They did have some new blankets. I liked this gothic it kind of would match the at-home theme of the Erie Estates, along with these kind of more classic ghost blankets. I did really like these, but they kind of gave me Target energy, and Targets are only $10, so I wasn't gonna grab them. And then over in their actual Halloween section, I wasn't seeing much new, of course, except I maybe hadn't seen this bowl with witch hands before. I wish they painted her fingernails so bad. And I don't think that I had seen this beaded skeleton. I don't really know what this is. Some kind of garland you hang up, I guess. Alright, so it is later in the day and I am out running some errands, going to the post office and stuff, so I am going to actually stop at Joann's to see if there are any updates or new pieces we have not seen yet, because I'm going to the post office closest to Joann's. I'm also, I think, going to go back to that HomeGoods that has been the best one so far. I just cannot stay away from that place because there's so much good stuff there and they've still been putting more out, so I'm just already getting antsy to go back. And then I may even go to At Home just to see if they have anything new either, because they seem like they've been kind of speeding up getting out stuff as well. So let's go to Joann's now, then we'll go to HomeGoods, and then At Home. So at Joann's, first off, I noticed a new end stand that they didn't have before, which included all of these skeletons doing all kinds of funky skeleton shenanigans. Some were bathing, some were sitting on couches, some were reading, some were playing instruments. We had a return of the toilet skeleton, which is so funny. We saw those everywhere last year. More bathing ones, you get the picture. They also had some big welcome signs. These I hadn't seen before. I really, of course, like the one with the vintage style jack-o'-lantern in the middle. It did light up, and I really liked how it lit up. The signs at Joann's are quite expensive, so I didn't pick this up, but if it went cheap enough, I definitely would. We slightly changed up the order of where we're going. I'm just at home now. Then I'm gonna do HomeGoods just because it worked better that way. So let's go into At Home. Well, the inflatable display at Home was really starting to inflate, expand, blow up. Get it? So they had these really tall jack-o'-lantern stacks. I was really curious how tall it was. Way taller than 12 feet. I do know that. So I went to the board to see how tall they were, and sure enough, these freaking things were 20 feet tall. They also had some new pieces in the Erie Estates, like this Home Sweet Haunted Home sign and this tall Happy Haunting sign. They had some more candlesticks, this more dapper skeleton that can hold some candles, a dapper skeleton bust, the spiky pumpkins. They had these skulls with a rose crown that I think were planters. In the middle sections, they had a lot more of the kind of childish Halloween stuff. Of course, I don't like this stuff, but if you had children or something, I think these are super cute for them. They also had some mini little ghosty guys that you could hang up that had these light up eyes. They were pretty cool. They also had this haunted doll ghost that you could hang as well. In the signs section, they had added this plant. They had this last year. I really like the detail that his teeth are actually painted white screws. It's pretty cool. They had some fall kind of mugs that I thought were pretty cute, so I thought I would just show you guys. I finally got to look at one of the 5-foot glow-in-the-dark Silitons closer up. It's actually a collaboration with Ty Pennington. I'm not sure who that is, but it's kind of cool that there's a Halloween collaboration. Last stop, we are moving on to HomeGoods, and in HomeGoods we did see these same stands that we have seen obviously the past couple times we've come. We came 2 days ago, and there were a couple new things, or at least items that I hadn't noticed. These ghosts holding the candy corn were really adorable. They did add some more of the dish towels by the brand that I'm so into, Goblin and Ghoul. They had hung a lot of the dog toys that we had seen earlier, though I think there were a couple new ones we hadn't seen yet. And they had a handful of new pillows that we didn't see last time we were here, like this set of 2 ghosts. One was this cute ghost, and one had some eyelashes. I thought that was really cute, along with this pumpkin jack-o'-lantern pillow we've seen a couple years. The blanket section also had a couple that weren't here last time, like this owl one, along with this other more witchy solstice kind of looking one, and this multicolor ghost one. I don't think this laundry basket was supposed to be Halloween, but how cute is this? And in the front, they had added quite a few pink pieces for the pastel goths. Hello, ghouls and ghosties, and welcome to July 17th, and welcome to a haunt hunt day that I am very actually excited about. We are kind of changing some stuff up today, and I am pumped about it. So today, I just got done at the gym, and so I'm in like an area that I'm not in every single day, and I'm gonna actually venture out even a little further than my gym, and we're going to go to a Lowe's. I've heard from some people that a few Lowe's have put out a few animatronics, and I would love to see them in person, get a preview of the mummy so I know what I'm gonna see in my own yard this year, see the scarecrow, the 12-foot scarecrow if it's out. That I'm excited to see if they have it, and just see what they've got in their Halloween section if they do have one out. Then we are also going to go to a HomeGoods in an area that we have not been to yet this year. So this is a HomeGoods we have not visited this year. Last year this was kind of like the dud HomeGoods, but I feel like hitting it early on like this, we have a better chance. I feel like I hit that one maybe a little late last year, and that's why it was always so like not great. And that is near a Marshall's, a standalone Marshall's that we're going to go to. And that is near a Pottery Barn, and Pottery Barn has released their new Halloween stuff online. There's a lot of cute stuff. Obviously, it's wicked expensive. I don't really currently have plans of buying any, but I'd like to see it in person. And there's a Pottery Barn there, and we're gonna go look. There's a Crate and Barrel too, but I don't think they have stuff yet. I don't even think their website does. And on the way home, there is a TJ Maxx we haven't been to this year. So we have a lot in store for us today, and they are all new stops. So this is gonna be a blast. I'm freaking pumped. I'm ready to get spooky. I'm gonna turn on my spooky playlist from Spotify, and I'm gonna like get in the freaking mood. I actually have a spooky t-shirt on, kind of. So this is a local band in Minneapolis called Graveyard Club. If you haven't freaking checked them out, do it. They make spooky, really like, they make like alternative music, but it's like spooky. They have a song called Halloween. They sing about like ghosts, like a ghost named William and stuff. I love them. They're from here, and we discovered them on like Spotify. Not knowing they were from here, love them. Ryan and I, it's like one of the only music like creators that we both like. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. So I'm jazzed. I'm really excited. And we're going to go to Lowe's first, because that's kind of like heading out of this area is the Lowe's. And this is the Lowe's that I got the mummy at this last year, because we only have like one Lowe's. So I'm gonna go there, and then I'm gonna go to the area with all the other stops. I'm so freaking pumped, guys. Oh, and by the way, I meant to just say this when I just mentioned it. If you're interested, I will link. It's actually a Spotify playlist that I have created for Halloween. Over every year, I add more to it that I discover, and it's all spooky songs. So if you're interested, I will link it below. I think I did it last year at one point, just in case. Like, obviously, I don't make any money off that, but if you like spooky music in the car or like at your party, it even has some like spooky sound effects on it, which if you're listening in your car, you can just skip, but if you play it for like a party, it kind of like fills in that spooky vibe. I will link that below too. So we headed into Lowe's, and unfortunately the Halloween section was not up yet, but the employee was actually putting up the 12-foot scarecrow as I was in there, so we will be back here very soon. Pottery Barn, unfortunately, was a strikeout, but I'll tell you about that in a sec. And so was Crate and Barrel. Alrighty, so Pottery Barn told me that because they didn't have their stuff out, I hopefully said that in the voiceover. They told me that they are getting it in on Wednesday, and they'll have it out by Wednesday night or Thursday. So actually, I think like next week, aka the next Haunt Hunt, I'm gonna come back here and give it a check. Like I said, this area is not super close to me, so I can't just like pop over here on a normal day. I mean, I could, but there's kind of no point when my gym is like over halfway there. So I'm gonna come to Pottery Barn next week. So next Haunt Hunt, you guys and I will check out the Pottery Barn Halloween stuff. I'm sure I'm not gonna buy anything because it's so expensive, but they do have some really cute stuff, and they have a lot of new stuff this year. I'm interested to just like take a peek at it and see what it looks like in person. So get excited for that. And we're gonna go to a new HomeGoods now, and I'm very pumped. So hoping to get cheered up, I walked into HomeGoods. I had high hopes. I actually grabbed a cart right away. Right away in the entrance, they had an end stand or two full of Halloween stuff. It was a little scarce, but for the most part, there was quite a bit of it. They also had quite a few sections of the checkout area that had Halloween stuff all over them as well. A lot of it was stuff we had seen, but it did seem like they had quite a lot of stuff, which was a great sign. This location did have a full Halloween aisle as well, along with the end stand 2 set aisle. They had the freaking creepy grandpa face pumpkins, of course. They did have some ghoulish garden looking pieces that I almost just tipped and dropped over. Heavier than they do appear, I will say. They had some pink pieces like the other stores. They had the buried alive grave that I've seen at a couple locations, and a lot of skulls. On a cart about to go out, there were some placemats, a lot of the jewel-looking ones, along with some more dish towels. They also had some large skeletons. HomeGoods, I feel like, has never had these large skeletons before, but this year they all have a lot of them. They did have this pumpkin stack too that I did pull out because I considered getting it for a little. After walking around the store with it, I changed my mind. I don't like the colors, and I don't honestly really like the faces either. At the end of the aisle, they had a lot more of the pastel pieces. I hadn't seen this paint dip skull before. These were some cute little ornaments with witches on them. I hadn't seen these spider candlesticks before either. Those were quite cool. And I don't think I had seen these beaded skeleton hands before either. I also know that I definitely had not seen the skull with hair before either. I also found this scaredy cat pillow, and I considered getting this for a while as well, but it was $20, and I don't know, I just changed my mind. The dog toy section in this store had a couple new dog toys, like these dinosaur ones that we hadn't seen before. They were a little too childish for me, I wasn't so into them, along with these jack-o'-lantern printed bones that were quite cute. I ended up getting nothing at HomeGoods, so then I moved on to Marshall's. This one also had the See No Evil, Speak No Evil, Hear No Evil skeletons, and this little Dosh Hound ceramic piece. I also looked in their candles, and they did have a few spooky candles. I really liked the jar on this one, but as per usual with HomeGoods and Marshall's candles, I didn't like how it smelled at all. Marshall's had this really happy looking little ghost who I thought was really cute too. And I was so close to getting this scaredy cat jack-o'-lantern moon blanket. Ugh, I just couldn't get myself to do it because I have so many, but it was cute. So last, on to the TJs. They did have a couple things in the beauty aisle, like this brush holder cat head and this brush holder cauldron. They were starting to put out some spooky soaps like this ghost one. It did not smell good, unfortunately. They had some lights, they had some inflatables, they had some skulls, a witch hat, and some cats. They also had some kind of terracotta pieces and some jack-o'-lanterns, some more plushies, and that skull pillow we've seen before, along with a 8-foot skeleton. Does this not look just like the Joann's one? I have a conspiracy theory that this is the Joann skeleton. It's $200 at TJ's. I think that they're Joann's. Something strange from my laboratory in the castle. They had a couple pillows, like the skull pillows and the back pillow, which we have seen before this year. In the blankets, I think all the blankets were ones that we had seen this year, except there was one Jack Skellington one that was ultra plush, really cute, obviously not really up my alley, but it was very soft. And at the checkout, they had some cute little spooky mugs, a skull, ghosts, and a cat. Well, Ryan's throwing away our McDonald's trash, and we're going into HomeGoods. What's the date?
I don't know. The
18th? No, 18th. I don't know. Well,
no, but it's the 18th, I think.
Local HomeGoods again.
Sure.
Shocker. Though our HomeGoods did still have the same section of Halloween with basically all of the same stuff at the front of the store, they also had added a whole new aisle right next to it. This did have some pretty similar pieces and some duplicates of what they had on the other wall, but I did spot some new things as well. They had these Pottery Barn looking skeletons carrying bowls and carrying platters. They had a lot of ghost pieces and white pumpkin pieces. They also had the spider candlesticks that we just saw the other day for the first time. They had some of the cardboard books. They had the giant cauldron that we saw at another store and some skulls with flowers to them. I had thought this was the first Ray Dunn of the year, but I don't think it actually is Ray Dunn. They had some potion bottles that remind me of the ones from At Home. I did actually really like these ones. This was another really cool one of those cardboard books. I hadn't seen that design yet. Over in the signage section, they did have this large, tall metal yard piece that I thought was pretty cool. My HomeGoods had added a section of tall, large decorations, though there was no giant headless horseman, I will say. This piece really gave me Christmas vibes, so I wasn't a fan, and this piece I definitely had not seen before. I really liked the crow on top. I was almost starting to think that Ray Dunn was an extinct individual, but then I found these dish towels at my local HomeGoods, and I didn't really like these ones at the top, but I did really like this one with a vampire. I feel like there is never vampire merch, so that was pretty cool. If you got a cat that needs to do some scratching, here's some spooky scratching circles. I don't know what they are. They finally started to get some bath pieces in. I feel like I have not seen much bathroom items this year, but here were some bath mats. I'm still waiting for the shower curtains and stuff. Ryan really liked the chillin' skeleton, even though I feel like we do see him all over the place. They had this very, very soft ghost pillow that I was quite tempted to get, but I'm sure it would absorb pug hair. I also really did like this spiderweb blanket. All right, ghouls and ghosties.
Hi, everybody.
So we were out to dinner tonight, and we just happened to remember that we're by a TJ Maxx
Yes, we are.
and a HomeGoods in an area that we don't get to every day, not very frequently.
No.
So we're gonna go into both. I have a couple goals at each, but I'll let you know if we stumble upon those goals.
Yeah.
So let's go into TJ's first. Creeping into TJ Maxx, right away we spotted this adorable pug Halloween mug. It just says Happy Halloween with a pug dressed as a little pumpkin. They also had this pumpkin printed mug too. I actually really did like both of them. They had a Jack Skellington one as well. They had some wine glasses with some witch hats printed onto them. Moving on to HomeGoods, they had put up many Halloween displays at the front of the store. There was a lot of witches and a lot of glitter. Behind some hipster skeleton busts, they did have this really cool bat candy bowl. I loved every single freaking thing about it, except there was this rose embellishment at the bottom that I was just not a fan of. They also had this 3-tier fruit and vegetable stand. I've seen this online on their website, and I've actually been looking for one in person, so I was happy to find that. I don't think I've seen this little light up haunted house before. It was really cool. I love the witch graphics at the front. I really like this little knit spooky stack of bat, pumpkin, and mummy. They were very adorable. They also had some new ornaments here that I hadn't seen before. The little bat candy corn were so cute. Many dapper pumpkin gentlemen and many nutcrackers and many pumpkin head men in general. I was about to buy this skull printed apron, but I do have a lot of spooky aprons, so I don't know. I was a huge fan of the Mummy salt and pepper shakers. Like vampires, I feel like mummies don't get enough merch, so I'm always kind of a sucker for the mummy merch. Here was a piece I for sure had never seen in person, online, or anywhere. It was this little appetizer serving tray. I guess you could put a bunch of different appetizers in it. You could put different chips with a dip in the middle. Though I'm panning away from it, I will come back to it. It was super, super cool. And you also could spin it like a charcuterie tray. Also, just look at those graphics. It was so cute. Ryan was a big fan of this pumpkin charcuterie cutting board, and I also really liked these little fall ceramic houses. There were a few more table runners that I don't think I've seen before. There was one that already had a stain on it, so that's a little questionable. And then this one with the spooky houses, I really liked this haunted tree graphic. They also had these bat placemats, though it was kind of a fleece fabric, so once again, I don't know about that with food. And they also had some dish towels at this store that I had not seen before. They seemed very absorbent, so they would be very good utilitarian-wise. I almost got this set of jack-o'-lantern oven mitts. It also came with some kitchen towels. It was a really good deal. Also, these skull lights were really nice and seemed quite bright. Hello, ghouls and ghosties, and welcome to July 19th. So today, I just got done at the gym and I changed shirts into, you guessed it, my new Spirit Halloween shirt that I'm freaking obsessed with. I'm gonna go check the HomeGoods that is close to my gym. If you have been like keeping along with the haunt hunts this year, you know that this is like the one we first saw Halloween at last year. It's not close to my house, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure you guys know at this point, but I'm gonna go to that one because I feel like all of the other HomeGoods have been definitely expanding on Halloween. We are starting to see Halloween aisles, which is so freaking exciting. This is the only one I feel like that's decently close by or within like an area that I get to frequently that I have not seen much in, or I have not seen a full aisle in. So I would like to go there and see if they have anything different than the others. And then on the way home, there's for sure a Marshall's that I'm gonna be stopping at. And then I don't know exactly where else we're going. I almost kind of feel like I'd want to go to At Home today because it's been quite a few days. Maybe. That is kind of on the way. I've been skipping At Home because now I know they're truck days, and so I just don't expect new when it's not their days of getting truck in. But I could possibly stop by if I end up over there. I might have to go over there anyways. So we'll see. As per usual, not a like structured plan. We'll go check it out. I am by the Lowe's that didn't have much last time, but I think we'll leave Lowe's for the next haunt hunt, and I think we're going to leave Pottery Barn, like I said earlier, for the next haunt hunt. So let's get moving, let's get ookin', let's get spookin', let's get kookin', creepin' and crawlin' our way to HomeGoods. This HomeGoods had all these candy bowls that I definitely didn't think I'd seen before. I think my favorite was this witch. She had a longer laugh, but it was a little loud for the people around me, and also I really like the skeleton one too. They all were a little loud, so if I'm kind of cutting them short, that was why. I didn't want to startle people.
Prepare to trick or treat.
I don't think I'd seen this snow globe, but also it's kind of hard to keep track because a lot of the stores have so many different ones. And this ginormous skull goblet was great. They had set up an entire Halloween aisle, though right away I could kind of tell there wasn't a ton that I hadn't seen before. There were a couple things here and there, like this wooden ghost. I didn't really like the placement of his face. I feel like it should have been like 2 inches higher. The one thing that stood out in this store was that they had a lot of new tablecloths that I hadn't seen at any location before. They had the Joanna Parker one that I definitely had seen, but I'm still absolutely obsessed with. They had a number of graphic ones. They had some Day of the Dead style ones. They had some skulls. They had some pumpkins. They had all different kinds of tablecloths. My personal favorite was this classic orange one with the haunted houses all over it and tons of bats flying through the sky. I really liked this one. They also had quite a few sets of napkins that I hadn't seen at any other stores. I love me a HomeGoods that has a lot of kitchen stuff, so this was making my spooky heart quite happy. They did also have the scaredy cat pillow here and a couple pillows I hadn't seen before, like this ghost with headphones, which would be good for like a high school boy's bedroom, and then also this witch hat embroidered one. They had these skull-shaped candles. I wish they had some other ones that didn't have the flowers on them because they were pretty cool. And they also actually had these mantle decor pieces. This was quite interesting. I don't think I've seen these at HomeGoods before. I love to see them have a brand new product option. And once we got to Marshall's, the only new things that we saw were these wreaths and then also these silver candlesticks. And then this really cute cat on a pumpkin little pedestal. So we did stop at home, or we are, and we are actually going to stop at a HomeGoods, the Grand Central Station HomeGoods as well, just because Marshall's was quite disappointing. There was like nothing there. I feel like there was less than last time we went. At home, right away I noticed somebody bought the 8 or 10 foot skeleton, but there was still the 7 foot posable. They also had these new bat hanging pieces. They have a lot of these kind of ghouly, ghosty cheesecloth pieces this year. They also had a few new signs, including this skull and crossbones that I assume the eyes and nose glow in the dark. They had one new doormat that was this black cat eyes. And then they had some small versions of the spooky cheesecloth ghost and spooky cheesecloth witches. A couple table runners and tablecloths, but honestly they were kind of expensive here and the prints weren't that impressive. I was just about to leave when I noticed a little section of the kind of scientific, creepy, experimental stuff, which involved this green neon cheesecloth, some scientist Frankenstein pumpkin situation, a scientist bust, some chainsaws, some toxic signs, and a lot of stuff. Moving on to the 2023 tried and true HomeGoods, we did have, once again, just a display loaded with stuff. When it's this full of stuff, it does get kind of tricky to notice the new things, but I did definitely notice that these weird animated candlesticks were definitely new, not my style at all. This pumpkin stack was pretty cute. It didn't work though. They also had this skull stack that was very classic. I liked that as well. This zombie hand holding a lantern seemed new, and this owl candlestick was pretty cool too. HomeGoods had this plasma orb. It was being held by some kind of wraith being, so maybe this is their take on the wraith from Cracker Barrel. There was this wood pumpkin with the outline of a witch on a broom in it that was kind of cool. In the blankets, I think this one was new. I don't know why all the skeletons are just saying hello. It was kind of funny. And then this skull printed one was really cool too. They had a couple of these little skull cups or mugs, but they were made of plastic, so I wasn't a big fan. They also had this big spider bowl and wine glasses from last year. I was a big fan of this spider fruit bowl and this vintage looking cat plate. That art is gorgeous. The checkout line had some small pillows I hadn't seen. I really like the ghosts with devil horns. Hello, ghouls and ghosties, and welcome to, I can't see the date on my car, my phone's not plugged in. Welcome to, July, what day is it? I don't know. It said right here. So this day, welcome to this day. So it is a Thursday, which means the Haunt Hunt number 3 needs to go up tomorrow for you guys in my time. So that means that this is the last day of Haunt Hunt number 3. And I thought we would cap it off with a trip to Michael's. So I have been seeing online that some people's Michael's have actually been putting out the beginnings of Halloween sections besides the floral. So I'm looking at the Michael's sign right now. I'm in the Michael's parking lot, and I thought we would just check my Michael's. This is my closest one, and see if they have any Halloween besides the floral stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. I think that's actually the only stop that we're gonna do today, just because everything else I feel like I've been to too recently. Also, one last thing before we go into our last stop for Haunt Hunt number 3 is next week is actually going to be our very first Halloween of 2023. I have a lot of stuff that I've been buying, and so we need to do a Halloween instead of another Haunt Hunt. But do not fret, there will be a Haunt Hunt coming out the next week for sure, and that's gonna be a doozy. That's gonna be a good one. Bath & Body Works are gonna have all their stuff in store by that time. Pottery Barn is going to have all of their stuff in store. Crate & Barrel might have their stuff in store at that point. Might be a long Haunt Hunt, to be honest, but we'll go to Lowe's, we'll go to all kinds of different places, so I'm pretty pumped for that. But I'm also super excited to show you guys a Halloween next week, so that's coming out next week. I hope you guys are excited. I have a lot of really cool stuff to show you guys that I've been picking up, and I can't wait for you guys to see what I've actually been grabbing, since I usually don't actually show it. And I'm gonna show you my animatronics that I got from Home Depot. I'm so excited. Get ready for a Halloween next week, and let's go into Michael's right now. Right when I entered Michael's, I did notice that all of the Halloween floral was 40% off finally, and actually they didn't have any of the hanging skulls anymore, which was my favorite part of that collection. They did have some Halloween lights and blow molds out, including this ghost with a trick-or-treat bucket, the cat with a hat on it. They had some lights with some faces of a ghost and a jack-o'-lantern. It reminded me of these singing ones from the TJ Maxx the other day. They had some ornaments as well. They had some neon colors to them, which usually aren't my favorite when it comes to Halloween. The Spooky Town area was actually fully set up. I didn't take too long to look at it, even though, like I said in the shopping guide, I might be interested in starting a little spooky town this year, so I will have to come back and look. But I was kind of distracted because there were some other Halloween decorations out that I'm just about to show you, and obviously the normal Halloween decorations and normal section does kind of take priority in my mind. They had pillows galore with glitter, shapes, and all kinds of stuff going on. They had these weird little felt situations, including one that was missing an eye already. I did mention in my shopping guide too that I was hoping that Michaels would up the quality level, so hopefully this isn't a sign for the future. But the pillows are pretty cute. I don't think any really caught my attention as something I need now. Some were ones I feel like we saw last year. They had the normal Halloween section out, which is strange because actually in years past, especially last year, I do remember that the regular classic style Halloween decor was the last to go out. But this year it's the first. The paint job seemed a little better than last year. I will say the balloon spooky letters seem to be a new trend this year, so that must be a 2023 trend. We had toilet skeletons last year, we had gnomes last year. This year it's grandpa pumpkins and spooky balloons, I guess. But overall, it seemed like there was a mix of a lot of neon colors. There was greens, there was pinks. They had their own version of the Pottery Barn ghost pillow. It was kind of pricey, but it was pretty cute. They also had this really adorable big jaw jack-o'-lantern candy holding man. I do love their little wool mini pillows. I was a big fan of these last year and I do like theirs this year. I liked this Happy Halloween sign. It actually reminds me kind of a horror movie with the glowing traditional font letters. I wish it had a light in it. If there was a light behind those letters, I would have bought this. These little jack-o'-lantern tea light holders were kind of cute. I like the shape of their eyes. They looked like they were kind of like shiftily looking to the side, and their teeth being so separated was really cute too. They also had these potion bottles, not nearly as cute as ones from other stores. I did like their haunted tree because it had no glitter, though it was kind of rubbery, didn't like that. I did really like these neon sign looking pieces. They didn't light up, but they looked like neon signs, and I thought those were pretty cool. It was kind of a new little situation. This metal spiderweb bat candle holder I actually bought last year, so it's cool to see them bring this back. Again, they did have quite a few spooky lights out. I tried to show you guys the demo little push button light up of each different kind. Some didn't work, some did, some are repeats, so here's a look at those. Okay, ghouls and ghosties, so we have reached the end of Haunt Hunt number 3. I am just editing this right now. I'm finishing it up. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Once again, it ended up being like an hour long, which is totally fine. That's actually like my goal with each Haunt Hunt, is that it ends up being like an hour. And so far this year, we have done a great job of hitting that goal. So I hope you enjoyed number 3. I had a blast, and I'm glad that at the end we could add in a new store with a whole new section of spooky stuff. So I hope you guys are excited for the Halloween next week. I have so many things to show you guys. And kind of like last year, please no calculators. It's kind of like the statewide math test that we all used to take like in elementary and middle school. No calculators allowed. That's gonna be the next week's video. So just watch, enjoy, see the things, experience the things, and just don't think about how much I've spent so far this spooky season. I'm not doing it, so why should you do it? So next week's video, like I said, gonna be a haul Halloween. If you're new this year, that means it's a haul of what I bought. It's an HAULLOWEEN. So it's a haul of the Halloween haunt hunt stuff that I picked up so far. That's next week's video, though I'm gonna be already filming a haunt hunt like during this next week for 2 weeks from now. So there will be a haunt hunt with all kinds of new stops. I'm super pumped for both, so I hope you guys are too. And as per usual, let me know below what's some amazing things you picked up this week. What are you finding? Where are you going? What's new? Am I missing something? Am I missing a really good place to go? Let me know, and I will see you guys next week. I hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye.